Hello everybody and welcome to Marvin Gardens, May 2026. It is a beautiful May day here, maybe a little breezy. Hope that doesn't interfere with the microphone. But and we got a lot of garden to look at. We're off to a pretty good start, so let me flip you around and we'll go start where we always start, and that is with Asian leeks and or garlic chives, and all that stuff right there is what that is. And other than that, this bed as you might remember is pond irises. Still got some purple ones here that I didn't even know I had, as well as the dominant yellows, and not much to look at here in the greenhouse. We got a few spare corn plants that I might put in where there might be some vacancies, and some experimental plants that we got from Temu in China. That we think these might be water lilies, and I'm going to be transferring them to the water fairly soon. Now, what else is going on? We got some petunias, and this is actually a cucumber plant, the only one really that survived, because again I tried to plant the cucumbers in the hanging planters, and for some reason they just like died, as if they weren't getting any water, but they were getting lots of water. Anyway, that's only one of the small disasters we've already had. But there you're looking at, on the left-hand side, there are some healthy-looking broccoli plants. Don't see any heads forming yet. And then some green cabbage and some red cabbage. And some purple broccoli. Now, there we do have a purple broccoli head forming, and that's gonna probably be harvestable in another week or so. These, I believe, are 3 varieties of cauliflower, and I think we've got some Brussels sprouts here and some other cauliflower, and our lettuce is doing quite well. You may notice some vacancies, but that's good because those are planned vacancies. And I think I have a picture of that. We've harvested 5 or so lettuce heads. I haven't even started the second planting of them, but I intend to shortly. These healthy looking rows are celery, and I forget the variety. It's Kelvin. I wanted to try a different variety, as you remember, because the other ones, a lot of them just sort of all of a sudden faded out mid-season. Then we got 3 rows of carrots, and we got a pretty good germination of carrots this time as opposed to last time, but I have yet to go in and fill the vacant spots with an abundance of carrot seeds that we still have available. And this is daikon radishes. They've already been thinned, and they're doing just fine. That brings us over to the official herb garden, and this is the official garlic chives / Asian leeks. And you can see that the regular chives down here are blooming just the way they're supposed to this time of year. And this monster is Greek oregano. And as I mentioned last time, this is the third year that's coming around. So that's pretty good. We planted a stand of lavender in here. And although some of them are blooming and look okay, I was expecting much more out of them, even at this early stage. Then we got rosemary, and we've got sage, and none of the sage, I don't know what this is, but it doesn't need to be here, has died off yet. So that's, we tried a different variety of sage just for that reason. And this is wildly blooming winter time, and I haven't tried to harvest or use it while it's blooming, but who knows, maybe it'll be fine. Then we got Wega parsley coming in just fine. We've used a bunch of that already, and some basil here. It doesn't look so great right there in that shot, but we have pulled a bunch and are using it. And this is white dill, which I kind of bought as a flower, but then since it was called dill, I decided to plant it over here in the herb garden. Then this is the pet memorial area, and you can see all the dachshunds here, and there's a turtle. And the yellow pond irises are still blooming, but they're sort of on their way out. But we have so many of them that it's hard to miss them, and nice to enjoy all May long. Ranger has managed to get into the compost area. He was poking around here before, and I was discouraging him, but he's managed to find a way in. And like I always say, there's nothing that can bother dogs in there, and his stomach seems to be pretty tolerant of eating just about anything. All right, so this is the grow house, and I'm trying to get there so you can see that, which is a healthy looking pumpkin plant. Hard to see the pumpkin plant on the other end, but, and excuse me if I'm scraping down the screen, that's another healthy looking pumpkin plant, and there's one on the other end. So far we're doing good in there. Then down here, other than hello, my shadow. Wait a minute, there we go. Hello. We've got a row of okra here, which is doing okay, except for one here on the end that doesn't appear to be doing very well at all. But so it goes. And I've got some eggplant that seem to be very behind schedule, but they're doing okay. So even though I was tempted to buy some plants the last time I was at Lowe's, I didn't. I'm going to let these go. And that's a row of peppers. I don't really see the variety that it is. But look at these bunching onions or scallions. Some of them are ready to be harvested already. In fact, most of them are harvestable size. So we're going to have to pull a few of those, because typically we let them go forever, as you may remember. Here we got 4 rows of leeks, also looking pretty good, except for the fact that we need to get in there and do some weeding. And then we got our onions proper. We got a yellow variety of Patterson, red variety of Red Wing, and Elsa Craig. All of these guys need to be weeded. That was Frankie walking into the shadows. If I can get under the shadows, you might be able to see him. There he is. And he's walking around and pretty much having a good time, all things considered. And this is our experimental let every flower that came up on its own, plus all the flowers that I started indoors and planted out here, go like crazy. And that's what everything is doing. The big tall plants are some form of sunflowers. The lower to the ground green leaf plants are either calendula or straw flowers. Oh, I think we've got a blooming calendula or two, but this one is definitely all right there. Hopefully that falls into focus. That's a nice orange calendula. I see another little one over there that's not fully bloomed yet. But so far, this is looking pretty good. It's kind of hard to weed it, but I did manage to weed it, so it's doing okay. I'm kind of encouraged. And this is corn, and we are growing a variety of sweet corn, means corn on the cob type eaten corn, but a very different variety than we've ever grown before, and it's called ultraviolet. It's sort of a reddish, purplish kerneled corn, but it's not a dry corn. It's a sweet corn, as I said. So very curious to how that's going to turn out, and all the transplants look like they're doing pretty much okay. Could stand a little weeding in there, but where could we not stand a little weeding, right? Okay, so on this end of bed 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, we got 3 different varieties of peppers, and I can't read them very well from here, so I'm not even going to try. And then we got, this is our mostly summer squash, although I had a disaster with the summer squash from seed, so I had to go out and buy plants, and in one case I thought I was buying a summer squash, but it turned out to be not a summer squash at all. I think I got a delicata in there, or a spaghetti squash or something. Anyway, and then on the far end, which you can't see, I'll just zoom in there. There's a bed of cucumbers. I tried to start the cucumbers in the hangers, and just like last year, for some reason, they just pooped out in there. So I went and bought some emergency stand-in plants and planted those. So we'll hope for the best. Plus, there's one that still survived in the planter, the hanging planter itself. So hopefully that'll be good. Now, we also had a big disaster with tomatoes. I don't know if you remember, in April I said, we haven't had any disasters and blah, blah, blah. Well, we had our fair share of disasters from April to May. And one of them was tomatoes, which I practically killed by letting them dry out as tender young seedlings. So I had to go buy tomato plants to fill in. And they are looking very nice. But my stunted seedlings are still inside, and maybe I'll plant them somewhere and see if they actually do something. These are the pumpkins on the other side of the grow house, and as you can see so far, they are doing quite well as well. And every once in a while we have some wildflowers coming up that look okay. And then you got your basic asparagus patch out there, and the deer deterrents are firing off. What you can't see is that I also have Waltham butternut squash planted out there. I guess we won't go try and look at that right now, but I decided to just plant them out there because there's no reason to have easy access to them, because as long as they're doing fine, you just let them go until the fall, and that's when you harvest them. So why not set them out there in the asparagus patch where pumpkins grew by themselves last year. So that's what we're trying, and we just need to keep an eye on them in case they get hit with pests, in which case we'll need to do something. Here's the old fire pit, and it's looking pretty good. Vanina's cleaned it up a little bit, but we still haven't done a fire pit yet. But look, there happens to be a glass of wine here, so I should probably take a sip of it while you're looking at the fire pit. Now, I don't know where my partners have gone. Here's the old, well, there I am again. Hello there. Hammock. Looking a little worse for the wear. It needs to be washed. That's a horrible pollen stain there. I showed you the pillow that's, it's even got like lichen growing on it. So it looks like this guy is not long for the world. One of these times I'm going to sit down in it or lie down in it, and all those ropes are going to break. And why is this chair here? I don't know, because well, I'll show you what Vanina did to displace this chair. But this is the most logical place I could think of to put it. It'd be nice if someone sits in it someday. Here's the water features, and I haven't put any pumps in them yet, but I did get them moved around to their proper situation here so that they're away from these strangling honeysuckle vines, which are just going gangbusters. They've already, the irises in them have already bloomed, but I think these have also bloomed, although I don't see any post-bloom buds, so maybe those have yet to bloom yet. But anyway, you're kind of rambling, Marv. Oh, okay. I'll try to clean it up a little. Here's our mint and sticks area. We just kind of throw all the dead branches and stuff that fall down in this area, and the mint doesn't care at all. It just keeps growing up, so that's cool. This is some great perennial grasses that will look fantastic once the fall comes around. And this is what Vanina built. Little sort of patio thing here with the bricks that have come up from our walkway, because we have redone the walkway, which I think you'll see in the drone video, drone footage that we shoot, which I haven't shot yet. And then this is the other area that she keeps tending to, which includes succulents and peppermint mint, and then succulents around the bottom. And those flowers are LED flowers, but they're awfully pretty, and they bloom all season. All right, where are my buddies? Oh, well, Ranger's still in the, can I zoom? I don't know if I can even zoom in. Yeah, you can see him there. He's just chowing down. I don't know where Frankie is, but like I say, it seemed like in spite of all his impediments, meaning deaf and almost blind, he seemed to be having a good time out here. Now, here, zoom in. We've got Impatience, a little sunstruck there for a moment. We still got yellow pond irises blooming around the pond. We've got Impatience, red there, red and pink here, as well as succulents. Red and pink here, and red down here. And we've got, well, I don't know if you can see in the shadows there, unless I zoom in. Yes, we have a French ballerina mowing. She never stops working. She is part of the reason that Sky Manor is what it is. Say hi to everybody.
Hi.
Okay, so now let's zoom back out. Take a look at your little sunstruck here. There we go. Take a look at the pond. You might be able to see. Can you see? There's lots of lily pads down there, and so is Mr. Koi. And we've got lily pads here under the waterfall that are the center of the pond lily pads, or lilies. And we're kind of shooting into the sun, so it doesn't work very well, but the pond is looking pretty good, except for it's still due for another vacuuming and clearing the water, because it's a bit murky. But we got purple irises blooming, yellow irises blooming. I got the typical waterfall plants planted, and they're doing okay so far. So that's all pretty good. And that brings us to the backyard proper. Got lots of dianthus coming in, and also that I purchased and planted, as well as Impatience, which always do well under the protection of the Wishing Well. Lots more dianthus in colors that I had not seen before, and so they are doing well. And a little circle of marigolds around the bird bath, which I haven't seen any birds taking a bath in, but they probably do. All right, so that brings us to the always questionable fruit trees, but you can see there, that's a pretty good sized pear. We have lots of pears right now, but as with pears, and we may have lots now, and then by July they may all be gone, but we'll see. These are the poinsettias from Christmas, and they remained pretty well established even when it was time to come out here. And as you can see, there's lots of red still on them. Now, this is the nectarine tree that I'm circling around, searching for nectarines. I found one, and that's it right there. I don't see any more, which is not surprising because this guy is on his way out anyway. Then we've got the peach tree, and there's a peach. And how many others do I see? Well, at least I see a few peaches along the way. I'm also about to get mowed over, so I think I better move. When she's mowing, she's mowing. And you better watch out. Here's another peach. Why am I bothering to show you these peaches? Because there's a very good chance they won't be here later. So, where does that bring us? Let's see, face track is a name, and that brings us pretty much to the close of Marvin Gardens, May 2026. It's an absolutely gorgeous May day. It's supposed to be, oh yeah, by the way, Vanina also put some succulents and a impatient plant in her little patio here. We're gonna have to sit in that patio because she put so much effort into it. All right, so, there's Ranger is still in the compost heap. He'll stay there until I flush him out. But I'm going to show you this guy because although he's just standing around here, he's not under stress at all. Right, boy? Here you go. You want to kiss? Kiss your faces? I mean, kiss your hands? Good boy. You want treats if you follow me. Sometimes he can keep track of me by following my feet. And, do you know you're being a bad boy? He says, no. I'm just cleaning things up, Dad. Okay, Range. All right. You coming, Frankie? Come on, boy, this way. This way. I'm going to show him my feet so he finds me. And I can tell you that I do have a trail cam video. It's fairly short, and I will tell you that I'm trying to lead Frankie over to the fire pit area so that he can get some treats as a reward for being out in the garden. Such a brave guy, and he's coming. But hopefully while I'm doing that, there's some drone footage to look at or something, because me leading, here you go, Frankie, this way. He can't hear me. I don't know why I even talked to him. Come here. Whoa, did you lose me for a second there? Come here, Frank. Oh. he takes a wrong turn and then he's gone. All right, I just got to give him a treat. All right, boy, is this thing screwy. What happened to face tracking? There we go. All right, hopefully during that whole less than perfect camera work, I stuck in some drone footage or stills or what the heck. There we go. Or something. We got the umbrella up. The greenhouse vents are way open because it's with the sun shining on it. It's probably close to 100 degrees in there. I think I showed you everything. There are those tomato plants that I think I almost killed in under the lights still. Maybe I'll show you those, because probably what I'll do is any ones that look like they're healthy enough to grow, I'll put them in a hanging planter or someplace just to see if we get something out of them. I probably showed you stills of the lettuce harvests and a bunch of the herbs that we pulled, and I don't know if I had much else in the way of stills to show you. You're gonna, if you haven't already, you're gonna see the new walkway and front porch that's been overdue for almost 20 years. But we finally got to it, so that's looking pretty good. And we still have yet to put a little brick wall to replace the railroad ties that are on the bed in the north side of the front of the house. But that's going to happen soon too. So I'm kind of just rambling, because you know why I ramble? Because I just enjoy doing this, and I know that it might get a little boring from time to time, but I hate turning off the recorder because I like shooting the garden videos. Obviously, since I've been doing it since June of 2001, so how many years is that? More than a quarter of a century. But that's going to do it. We saw Frankie and having a pretty good time, and Ranger having a great time, and we've seen most everything that's going on around here. So with that, I will say I hope you're having a wonderful late spring, unofficial start to summer, and with the summer solstice itself just about 1 month away. I can't believe it. It just seemed like yesterday they were waiting for the snow in the 30s to go away. But so all the more reason to enjoy the moment while it's here. And it is here right now. It's lovely out here. This is Marvin Gardens, May 2026. And we'll see you next time in June, which is when I usually say we have a real garden to look at. But we had a real garden to look at this month too. So next month it'll even be better with more blooming and more harvesting. So we'll see you guys then. And until then, have a great late spring and early summer. We'll see you later. Bye.